for now, I'm pretty excited just to have Keith there. I think they're a really fun team. So, yeah, I definitely hope that they're going to make it through. But whether or not NiP are going to be in here, I guess it's not 100% yet. So winning this match right now against EnVy would be pretty big. And they're doing the knife round now. So what do you think, Semler? NiP beating EnVy on Cobblestone, is it going to happen?
I think it can happen, considering what we saw the other day from NiP on this map in particular. Like well, it just seems like everybody, or at least at the top, they've kind of figured out how Fnatic played with Olofmeister pushing out long over towards B site, right? They figured out how Olofmeister likes to play, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do that. And they got really good at it. Like the last time we played, we watched Cobblestone with NiP, it was Get Right pushing through that smoke every time, finding kills, lurking out, and then the rest of his team either coming through drop or heading over towards A, but he was almost always on that plateau doing some kind of shenanigan play. Same with Kerrigan from TSM, right? So we'll have to see now if Team EnVyUs, basically, I think that's going to be the key mark here, is whether they can figure out, okay, they can identify what NiP are doing, which is essentially like the current meta, and deal with that appropriately. And you've expressed this in the past, Anders, where you say, teams haven't quite figured out how to hold that plateau push quite yet. They're still trying to figure that out with the nades.
Yeah, I'm still of the opinion that no one has really done it quite properly yet. Not that I have an answer necessarily, but I'm just a distant observer saying you guys are doing it wrong, but not without offering any insight. So I'm kind of interested to see how it's going to work out here for NiP, who are setting up for a bit of a B push. Kiyoshima and BK are close by, and Shock's covering the drop room. Kiyoshima would have to go big here to stop this.
This is going to be really scary for him, because as this smoke clears, Forrest is waiting right around the corner, and Alu's going to be the first man to peek out. So there it is. Now they start to commit. 3 guys showing themselves here. Follow-up nade going through, doing a little bit of damage to Alu, but now begins the push, and NiP are going to come cascading out onto this site. You already have Shoxy, the lighting of up, and Alu gets pinned down. It's going to be Kiyoshima, though, getting overwhelmed, and we're into a 4-on-4 here on the B site.
Yeah, Shock still in the back line here with the 5-7 in hand, and they are pushing in from multiple angles. Get Right going to pick up a kill on NBK, and Happy with a swift return. Shock's going to go down. Smith's also being slightly overrun, and Happy is trying to come up from behind, but he's alone in a 1v3, and Glock jump shot from Alu to take the headshot there on Happy. It's going to finish the round in favor of NiP. That's a stylish way to win a round there.
Oh, that's like insult to injury, right? Yo, we're going to win this round, but we're also going to like humiliate you with a jumping Glock shot to the face. Burst? Yeah, I think Alu might just be a tad bit salty after that one. Or not Alu, are they Happy? But that's a bit of a shame there for EnVy. It seemed like they had the right idea. They had 3 guys over on that site early. They rotated in a 4th one and a 5th one in fairly quickly as well. It just came down to the shots landed, and NiP, they managed to remove Kiyoshima really quickly. He didn't really do anything up on the plateau apart from kind of like draw attention for a second. But then they were just like, okay, actually we're just going to pincer this guy down, get rid of him, and then take control of this portion of the map. Yeah. There it is, Get Right, once again. Straight out onto plateau.
Semler, how many callies for that jump shot?
How many callies? Yeah, I'd give it a solid 2. A solid 2, I'd say. It was a bit of a predictable shot, I guess.
All right, fair enough.
I'd give it a 2 callie.
It's 2 out of 5 right there. Shock's waiting. Great angle for a straight headshot onto Get Right. He's going to return the frag after NBK went down. The assist is moving up in towards the bomb shot here. Kiyoshima's going to go down, and it's going to leave NiP with a bit of an advantage. Shock's falling too. Freiburg doing a good job, and that should be it for now. I mean, the bomb is going to go down in B, and the rest of EnVy, they're quite far away.
And they're kind of playing this passively as well, the rest of them. I mean, Smiths is holding up here with Happy basically in the apartments, and they did hear Alu step past, but at that point, do you really want to be throwing away your gun needlessly? Do you want to take the risks? It seems like they've elected to just hold on to the stuff and save it for the next round, see if they can get anything done then, when perhaps they'll have more favorable odds. Smiths is kind of taking a bit more of a forward position, though, here, so this might get a little tricky for him. Because Alu is kind of closing in. He never really left that A site. And now you have the rotation coming in as well. Exist is going to be the first man through into Connector, and he's got the Forest behind him as well. But none of that matters when Alu hits an instant shot as he comes around that corner, and Happy now crouching in the corner, looking for that shot. There you go, peekaboo. Gets the kill, and does he actually manage to pick up somebody else here? Seems like he's going to be able to live through that round. So, best case scenario, I guess, for Happy in the end.
Well, you know it feels so good, Semler, when we've got this Vulcan stuff going on, is when I had both Happy and Alu on my team, right? So Alu picks up a kill, but then he dies to another guy that I also have on my team. You know, that works so well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this. This is all going according to plan. Yeah, I need to see, actually, for me, I need to see, Smith's, yeah, both of my guys. Eesh. Happy's doing all right. I got Happy, but Smith and MVK need to wake up a little bit here.
Well, Get Right moving in. I think you had him as well. Definitely opening up once again here on the plateau. Looking to take somebody out. He's already done some good damage to Kiyoshima, who's still just playing with fire. Get Right going to take down NBK, and that should open up the bomb site one more time. He's really good at this plateau play.
He really does seem to have mastered it. Kiyoshima gets picked off by Exist, though, and then that's going to leave Shoxy up close. Gets overwhelmed by Exist, and, well, that's basically like rinse and repeat from NiP. Identical strat with the identical result, in fact. Very patient play, not taking a single point of damage in that B take. That's actually kind of serious. That's actually kind of silly.
Look at the fact that Happy's actually snuck by Alu somehow, so now they pretty don't know that there's someone in here. Not sure it's going to matter, but it's kind of funny to see them walk right past each other. Maybe he is going to get a chance to kill someone. He's got this mag 7, and if you can get a kill now, it's the money that really matters for him. The kill bonus for this gun is great, but the timing is going to be so bad, ends up going down to Exist.
Yeah, and that leaves basically Smith's all by his lonesome all the way over. And T-Hall's not really going to be able to accomplish too much over here. Nobody running his way either, so no joy for him. He gets to save a P250 for the next round. And that's going to be going into the first round, the first buy round essentially here for EnVy. So this is when it gets real fun. This is when it gets interesting. They finally get some rifles. And, well, we'll see if, for me at least, NBK and Smith start picking up some kills. Over on NiP's side, though, no surprise at all. Alu actually going straight for the AWP, but he had the money for it, so that's not a worry there. And the rest of them, just really solid money, actually. Exist sitting on 6,500. Like, these guys, they've got great bank going into the next round. Curious to see if they're just going to rinse and repeat again, dude. If they're just going to go for the same thing, say, oh, well, we don't need to get fancy here. If it's working, it's working, right? We can just kind of move out and keep pushing Get Right in there aggressively until EnVy teach us not to.
Yeah, I mean, I would say as long as it's working, just keep doing it. Force them to come up with an answer for it. But then you also need to have a plan B if they do come up with an answer, right? And it just feels to me like the focus of every team right now should be that whole plateau. Like, how do you stop people from doing what Get Right's been doing? And you can see he's already running there.
Yeah. Setting
he's
up
fired
again.
up.
And he's got that identical pop flash as well. He dodges the pop flash that was destined for him. And over in drop-down room, they're going very aggressive right now. Shoxy not able to hit the shot. And Kiyoshima will be able to shut down Exist, but I don't think that he realizes that a second man was there. Get Right looking to return that shot. It's going to be Forrest and Freiberg, however, to take out Smith and NBK. And Kiyoshima just trying to hunt down Freiberg. Looks for this headshot, but he's not going to get it. Instead, it's Freiberg slapping him down. And now that leaves Happy alone over here in the A halls. Will lose that fight versus Forrest. Wow, NiP right now are looking fired up. And they did, again, the same thing.
Yeah, very much the same thing. But I mean, a really sick round from Freiberg. Getting that last kill there was impressive. So that's going to put EnVy in a weird spot, isn't it? I mean, right now, Smiths or NBK, neither of them have picked up any kills. And at this rate, NiP's off to a pretty good start here in the first half. But it is a terror-sided map, so we've got to be careful we don't get too carried away. EnVy still have I mean, we've seen this before, right? The team starting really badly on CT side and suddenly making a sick comeback. And look at NBK boosted up here in drop zone.
Yeah, he is going to be up close. And we'll see if he gets any joy. They're going straight for the boost. I love this, though. The stack on the B side as well from Team EnVy. They're like, okay, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get some additional firepower over here to ruin these guys. And Kiyoshima's going to start off by taking out Get Right. That's going to ruin it a little bit. Exist getting toasty, but he gets the shot onto Kiyoshima. And that leaves him actually in a position to be able to try and take a fight with both of these players that are rolling in. But an H goes sailing in, takes him out Happy with a kill. And now NBK, the one holding up close to Plateau, where Freiberg's going to pick him off immediately.
Great double kill from Freiberg, taking down Smiths as well, and really giving a good chance here for NiP to recover. It's going to be a third kill from Freiberg. Absolutely wonderful triple, and that's going to be Sharks now left alone with a deagle in hand. And in the 1v3, it'd be nice if he could do some more damage to NiP, so this could be a bit of an expensive round for the Swedish team.
I think that's the important bit that we're looking for here. Interesting to see Shoxy rocking a deagle as well. But right now, there is that triangle set up right for NiP on the B site. He's been spotted now as well. Alu's going to be pre-scoped on this position, so if he does go for the peek, it's going to get nasty here for Shox. But it's Forrest instead to pick up the kill from Plateau, and that ends it. 5-0 lead now for NiP, and they continue to develop the funds, man. 12,000 on Freiberg. Forrest has got 10K. Like, they are starting to get real comfortable here, the Ninjas. Whereas Team EnVy, they're going to have to spend everything. And look at that. Happy going straight for the AWP. Goes for the Kevlar, doesn't skimp on it. I thought that for a second there he might try and get nades instead. He wants a little bit of durability.
Well, it's a double up setup on Envy's side, but it's also a double up setup on NiP side here, so that's interesting. It's not the most common thing in the world to see two ops on the terror side, sorry, but and especially not with one of them as Get Rights. You know, we've been sort of taunting Get Right for a while, haven't we? But he's going to open up again on NBK, so the fun is over.
And 2 flashes go again. That's actually a slow Get Right down a little bit. Shoxy getting up close to the plateau. It's going to come down to Shoxy here. He has to win this duel versus Exist. He's going to get overwhelmed, and then it comes down to Kiyoshima on the site. Finds the shot onto Get Right. Messed up Molotov, and a click headshot onto Freiburg. Saves the day here. Brings it back to a 3-on-3, and Exist is down to 1 HP as well. But they actually lost that bomb up on plateau right now, so this is actually a little bit tricky here for NiP. It's going to come down to Alu. It looks like he's the answer with the AWP. Take the lead. See if he can't pick somebody up here.
Forrest sneaking on in, and he's going to get the kill on Kiyoshima. Smiths will get a return on Alu, though. So still a 2v2. Smiths very low on health at this point, and Forrest is going to pick up a double kill, but they're both very low at the moment, and Happy sneaking in with a USP, actually making some noise. So Forrest knew, still a straight headshot, and Exist now trying to get into the right angle. Almost drops Happy then. But 25 seconds, he's going to turn and run and try and reposition himself before Exist even gets a chance.
Does Exist read this? He does, but Happy lands the shot. And now Envy are on the board. Happy himself, 2 kills for him, Kiyoshima with 2, and Smiths with 1. So Smiths is on the board now. But that kind of 1v1 clutch shows how close it is between these two teams right now. Envy, well, at least what it takes for Envy to win a round versus NiP. It's like, okay, the only way is actually going to be in this real nail-biting situation that you're not going to be able to replicate consistently. So you guys still don't have the solution yet to deal with what the Ninjas are throwing. And, well, it's almost as if there's some kind of screenplay or something, I don't know, a script, and Get Right's just following along every time, pushing out onto plateau.
Yeah, he's just going to keep doing it. I mean, when you get entry frags on this plateau like 6 out of 7 rounds, why would you ever stop doing it, basically? Grenade out from Kiyoshima. I think he spotted Get Right, but Swedish player also moved out of the way for that grenade that followed up. NBK is going down. This is a horrible map for NBK so far. Like, he's really not had any. He's killed nobody. He's on a 007 right now. He's rocking a James Bond. Unlike Freiburg, who is 9-0-1.
And look at the difference already from NiP to start. They've actually put 2 guys over on the A site. So they actually have 2 guys developing up here in apartments. That's Forrest and Alu, essentially. The rotation is coming through with that bomb as well. And you still have the battle. Shoxy finally able to take out Get Right, but then the push is going to begin for the A site. So the timing right now is impeccable. And NiP trying to speed up, but Smith's holding a bit of a forward position. We'll see if he can get out of joy with it. Any joy, rather. And so far, it's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, Happy coming with a good kill on Freiburg, and Kiyoshima's going to drop one, leaving Alu alone in a tricky 1v2 with 15 seconds. Almost impossible, I'd say, as long as Envy played this one smartly, and they are trying to stay out of his sights here. 8 seconds, and Alu actually going to pick up the kill. 6 seconds running around close to the bomb site. No scope. It's going to hit the shot on Kiyoshima. What a sick play. A triple kill from Alu, and clutches the 1v2 with 15 seconds, sorry. That is nuts.
It's like, yeah, he only had like 7 seconds left to be able to actually get that kill on Kiyoshima, the last man. So where does that come from? Envy. It's as if they didn't have ears at that point. They didn't know where he was coming from, whether it was going to be up on plateau or below it. It looked like clearly Kiyoshima might have been confused there at the end. But, oh man, what a turnaround. And now that's going to completely wreck the economy for the Frenchmen. They're going back to standard tried and true, but then NiP as well. Get Right Exist once again up on plateau, looking to get in here fast, and Get Right just doesn't even care. He's going to run up. He's going to let them know. He's going to make it obvious.
NBK running into another shot through the smoke, and he still just hasn't really picked up anything. This must be really frustrating being NBK at this point in time. He's going to want revenge at some point, I'm sure. Kiyoshima close with the P250, not going to get a kill. And NiP just continuing this reign of terror here. 6-1, about to be 7-1. And Envy just do not have the money for really nearly anything. Alu not going to go down either, but maybe Happy's going to be able to take him out.
Yeah, Happy looks like he might hit that timing, but then the op comes out and Alu lands the shot. With that P250, I thought maybe with Alu being down to 35 HP, just a couple shots there from Happy would do the trick. But it's not meant to be, and wow, okay then. Envy they're not going to take another round of eco. They're going for a buy right away. This is going to be a bit of a skimpy buy, though. Just because, like, FAMAS, decent nade count, 2 shotguns. It's a scary situation. Not a single kit picked up. Only a single man with a helmet as well. That's unhappy. So he actually had enough money for it, but this is it, really. Envy are just admitting that we have our backs to the wall right now. We need to get something done, and it has to happen fast.
Shock's actually pushing up onto the plateau right through the smoke. NiP going to see this, but then Get Right pushes through on the other side. What kind of madness is this? And Shock's is going to go... It's like the one round where Envy decides to play differently. NiP also play differently, somehow.
And now you can have the rotation coming out as well. Forrest is pushed all the way up. He's expecting Smiths to go through the connector, but Smiths instead is going to go through the doors, playing it safe. And so Forrest not going to get any joy there. No free pick for him this time around. We can see Smiths having rotated back up, and now it's going to be this man here, Happy. But the only person who's waiting for him is Alu, and Alu literally just sits here all round long, doesn't even move. He's just holding this angle on A Apartments, and the flash is going to be perfectly timed. Happy might just get flanked here. Forrest walking up behind him. Does he actually turn around in time? Does he realize? No, but Forrest goes down into underpass instead. What is this, like this game that's going on between these two Envy players, basically? Still here, still alive. And Happy just now realizing, wait a second, I can get shot in the back. I better smoke that up.
Yeah, Aloe going to move in right in front, grenade in back, and there's Aloe picking up the kill. And Smiths will be the last standing now on the Envy side. Wants to save this rifle, but not gonna. Existence there will take him out. And Exist currently top fragging at 12 kills, 0 assists and 5 deaths. Pretty cool ratio.
Had him on my team, just saying.
Damn. Well, he's making up right now for...
he's making up for NBK.
For NBK, yeah.
Yeah, and Smiths is having a bit of a rough time as well, so... okay, well... You know, sometimes that's just the way it goes. We'll see. I mean, the game is definitely far from over, Anders. They can turn it around once they get onto their T side. And I'm really curious to see what style Envy are going to use here on their T side of Cobble. But for now, it's more of the same. Get Right, pushing out onto Plateau. It's like a sheet of music at this point. But they were not expecting Freiburg to get into drop-down room so quickly. Kiyoshima will overwhelm him, but then you have the return coming in from Exist. And, well, Get Right still alive, backing off to try and support this bomb carrier. Doesn't want him to get caught.
Get Right, we're going to drop this low by the scout that MBK is using, jumping up at the statue. Headshot from MBK. That's what it took here. A jumping scout, but Alu already knows that he's in that angle, so he's going to try and get a bit closer. Oof. We'll get it, that kill.
Nice flick there by Get Right. Dead on headshot to Happy, and NBK gets flanked, of course, by Forrest, who was working his way over from the A side through connector. So, no joy in the end. Still managing to make it a bit more expensive for NiP, though. So that's good work there by Envy, but it's still very much NiP kind of having their way right now with EnVyUs. But now we get the rifles, we get all the nades for Envy, and they don't pick up a kit again. They're just like, we want all the nades, and none of us are going to skimp on that because NiP aren't going to get a bomb plant. But like right now at least, it's looking very grim.
Envy just saying, look, it's not like we're really surviving for the plump bomb to even go down, so why bother?
And now it's NBK who's up on Plateau, and he gets spotted by Get Right, who just goes charging through that smoke. Kiyoshima once again up on the tree, will get the drop. He will be able to take out Get Right, so at least there's a 1-for-1 trade going that way. But Shoxy had changed up positions with NBK, went over into drop-down room, and now he's going to rotate back over to Plateau. Problem is, there's only one man here, it's Freiburg, and he's trying to sell a bit of a fake. He's actually putting a smoke down into connector. Oh, that's actually really nasty. That might actually delay the rotation coming in here for Envy if they do get found out that this is going to be an A-side push. But Aldo aggressively pushing in A Apartments gets picked off by Smiths. And then you have Happy still alive on the side itself with 3 players coming up now for NiP.
Good timing on Smiths there. Happy looking for a headshot, playing behind the SWAT truck, and Smiths is also rotating to try and help out here. It's going to be Happy taking Freiburg down, and now NiP down to 2 members, and Exist should be falling next here. Long spray, and Kiyoshima will finish it. So there it is, 9-2. And I would say there's still a chance for Envy to come back in this game, but they need to win at least 3 more rounds. They got to get at least 5, I think, preferably 6, but I think they could do it with 5.
With 5, yeah. It's like...
It's not great, but
no, it's a stretch, right? That's that stretch score where they really have to dig deep and basically catch NiP sleeping the entire time, which is possible. But It's not likely. We'll put it that way. And well, more basically, this is quickly turning into the default setup here. Although Forrest getting flashed in is a bit different, and Shoxy though getting a double spray on drop down room, that hasn't happened yet. Just like that, we lose 3 players for NiP in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, really good job here. Finally, something working out for Envy. It's about time as well. I mean, unlike last time where they won a round and they got closed out in the very next one, this one they actually have a chance to build something off on their own economy, which is still important.
Oh, we lose it, but there it is still, man. Happy has rotated over, point blank shot from Alu, annihilates Smiths. It's still a 1-on-3. He's only got 13 HP. He doesn't have much time either, and the flank is coming in here by Happy. Spots the gun barrel, goes for the spray, gets the job done, and that will be the 3rd round here. An AWP saved as well, which is a great victory for Team EnVyUs, and they managed to even upgrade NBK's FAMAS to an M4. So, solid round there for the Frenchmen, definitely. And now they're finally starting to put a bit of a dent in the NiP economy. Exist is going to full buy here, and it's really just going to leave Forrest only man with any kind of reasonable bank. So that's not to say that they're not going to be able to buy. Well, it would be a real stretch if they were to buy in the next round without a bomb plant. So we'll see how that plays out here for NiP. Anti-rush nade's going down, and it is NBK once again trying to get up into position on plateau. So it seems like Shoxy's like, okay, that's enough of it. I can't handle get right now. NBK, take over for me.
I mean, kind of a bad deal for NBK, isn't it? Since
Kind of a bad deal for Shoxy too. Look, get right's like, oh yeah, Shoxy's not playing. Okay, I'll come and find him, and he gets the kill.
Wow. It's not fair at all, is it? And now they are going to push in. Great smoke put out onto the site here for NiP, making it really hard for Envy to see what's really going on. Although Get Right will go down. NBK still playing on the site, and it's going to try and spray down Forrest, but not going to be successful. And I'm not sure how they can get this retake now.
I'm really wondering as well, especially because they're getting sandwiched in here by Alu, who's coming in from behind in connector. Smiths. Well, it's going to be Smiths, last man standing, and Alu's just a little bit too late to have any fun. Unfortunately for him, the smoke's clear, and his teammates are able to pick off the remaining members there for Team EnVyUs. But he might have had a good shot at getting some backstabs in there. That's going to just, well, I mean, basically we see the results as far as momentum is concerned, money is concerned. EnVyUs, they've just been stopped cold, and it's going to be a buy from them. No surprise there. They just need to get rounds on the board. It might happen that we get that 10-5 if they can pick this one up here. NiP, well, no, NiP certain they have the money as well, so it really is like just dark and then darker for Envy right now.
Oh, Exist flashed and might be going down. Good spray from Kiyoshima. Takes him through the box. So at least there's a start for something to build on here. Nobody else on the NiP really tagged up too badly, but the bomb is far away, and they're sort of now slowing it down in NiP. That's where I'd love to see if they have a plan B, you know. Now the plateau play didn't work. What's next?
Well, flash into underpass to set up Happy. To set up Forrest to take out Happy. We lose Smiths as well, and then you have the line being held here by Shoxy. With that 5-7, here's the steps on the other side. Freiberg, of course, will check that corner and be able to pick up that kill. That leaves NBK here, jumping swag, and he does get the one. Stops jumping just in time, and the flash goes through, so now he's just trying to set up here with his teammate Kiyoshima, who's still alive, but we lose NBK to Alu. And that's going to leave Kiyoshima all by his lonesome. Headshot onto Alu, though. Shuts him down. Now it's Freiberg and Get Right. 1v2. But they've got a bit of a crossfire established at this point. If Kiyoshima tries to step out, they could have him from 2 angles.
Kiyoshima seems to be having one of those days where everything just works, but he's going to walk into Get Right there. Pretty decent crossfire setup from NiP, and that will be it. NiP taking an 11th round. And we're moving to the last of the half here, and oh, a bit of a disconnect on Alu there. You know what? You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting? You go to high school, that's exactly what you do in English, right?
Right?
You just come up with things, and because you're the only one probably willing to say anything at all, your teacher's going to be like, oh, great, yeah, that's amazing, because you know, everyone else is being quiet, right? But then if you go to university, it's actually very different, and they're like, stop. You know, it's like, that's not what we do here. So I don't know how that works. Somehow there's like a huge disconnect.
Are you telling me that the school systems are flawed, Anders? That they teach you one thing and then expect you to learn another?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's
Gosh, golly, I'm surprised. Oh, but what's going to be surprising is they're going for the boost and they can't seem to get it right. Like, what is going on between Kiyoshima and Shox? They were just going for that boost and dropped out for so long, and they actually just back off at the end. They lose NBK, so I guess that's the call to fall back and try and set up different positions.
Oh, man. And BK just got off to the wrong start on this map and just could never, like, fully recover. It could be that in the second half he's going to be able to, but definitely a bit of a tough deal for him right now. Finishing the half 2, 3, and 14.
You know, I think it's because he has a personal stream. He just can't handle the pressure. You know, just the judging intensifies now as everybody gets annihilated on that B site, and it's going to leave Happy basically just wondering, like, hey, man, Forrest, what does an axe do to a tree, Forrest? Jesus, yeah, that many shots.
I mean,
oh, for shame, Alu, for shame.
Trying to go for the knife, but it was Happy. If you're going to knife someone, definitely has to be Happy. But I mean, you're right. He did almost put enough bullets out that he could have really cut down a tree with all those. It's going to be 12-3 in NiP with a very, very impressive first half. No doubt about it. Semler, they know what's on the line here as well. They know that they have to go all in and just win every single match from here on out.
This after them having a bit of a bumpy night the other night they had a bit of a rough ride. Some losses. I mean, they got pummeled NiP by TSM, like a 16-4 loss. So that certainly didn't help things. So the opposite happening here would be really big for the Ninjas, who are currently boot camping as well in preparation for DreamHack this weekend. So that is something to take into account as well. Envy, they aren't coming to DreamHack, so they're probably all spread out at home, etc. You know how that is. Whereas NiP right now are all sitting in the same room. They've got Alu obviously, but they've got Natu there as well. You know, backing them to coach. So that may be making a little bit of a difference here for NiP, having that kind of setting basically to play these matches from.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They could be fired up. They could be ready for it here tonight. It certainly seems like they are about to run away with the cobblestone, and if they win this pistol round, it's really going to be all set and done. But Envy are making their way through the one point on the map where NiP weren't at all, so now they're just going to get a straight home run right into the A-bomb site.
And Get Right starts us off strong, gets a kill with the dualies, takes out Happy. I shouldn't be happy about that, but whatever. We got the kills going through, and now Forrest. See, they're actually managing to get basically to establish the crossfires, the counter crossfires here. Although stepping out into the open is going to be a bit of a punishment. And now we go into the remaining 2-on-3 situation here. Retake turns into a 2-on-1, and Alu trying to press forward onto the site. Exist takes out NBK, and it's going to be Smiths. Promptly nailed there by Alu. Straight to the face. Triple kill for Alu in the round as well. And that is very tidy for NiP. 13-3. If they can get that round difference, that would be amazing for NiP right now, because everything is so close in the points. Round difference could make the difference basically of you attending the LAN or not. A solid win here for NiP would be a big win.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, MBK actually doing pretty well in that round. Just to point out as well, he did get a double kill, but he just couldn't get the last one. But you're right. If they end up winning 16-3. If it goes into a 3 or 4-way tie, or whatever, then that's gonna be huge.
And straight into drop down room, but there's a crossfire setup, and that's gonna set it up. Exist is already here. They are losing defense over on that A site, and there's the rotation, but then that steps right into Forrest's domain. And he takes out Smiths and Connector. That's gonna leave the bomb stranded out there. Happy trying to rotate back through. He's going through B halls though. He's gonna be on that site. And Freiberg, he's already in position, just camping that bomb. What is he doing? He's admiring rocks right now.
Well, Happy almost catching, in fact, will catch Freiberg here, coming up with a good kill, but he's also left on 3 health, so I don't see him making it out of this one. And, I mean, it's an expensive round for NiP, so Envy have accomplished that much, but it's still going to be 14-3. Envy still are going to be in a tough position. At least Semler, they got the bomb down in the pistol round.
Yeah, they have that going for them, I suppose.
But they, you know, with the buy, they still don't have that much money. It's tricky.
Oh, they're going to go for it, though. There we go. It's Tech 9s. It's a Mac 10 for Smiths. Tech 9s and some nades picked up for the rest of them, whereas over on NiP's side, Alu going so far as to invest in his AWP right off the bat. And Alu actually taking it very aggressive straight into underpass here. This could get tricky. Is he going to be able to get that peek? He gets the leg onto Smiths. And now decides to go back for the re-peek. Manages to get the second tag onto Smiths before getting overwhelmed. But now the defense is coming in here for NiP. They've rotated it, and Forrest landing 2 shots to start, well, basically dropping Envy players left and right. He's going to get the last one as well. That's 3 kills for Forrest total in that round. But Envy clearly embracing the YOLO. Just ran right through into the blender.
Yeah, but speaking of YOLO, I have to point this out somewhere. You know, I don't want to be all negative or anything, but both Shocks and MBK at the end there, when they were shooting the tech line, you notice what was wrong?
What happened?
They were standing still with it. You're supposed to run and shoot. Don't they know anything?
For shame. How are they doing this? How are they not doing this? I mean, we're talking about like the Tech 9 Kings. Maybe they should call Olafmeister and just be like, Olaf, you know, inspire us.
Yeah, remind us, Olafmeister. Is it plus forward or is it not?
Plus forward.
Is it Exist picking up 2 kills? And Happy's going to be alone and, you know, like a true Tech 9 player. He's got the Tech 9 out and he's running with it. Although it is, I don't know, he's switching weapons now. But he had the right idea anyway. He had half the solution.
Now he decides to make life complicated. The M4, he's going to need 2 headshots to get the kill. I don't know about that, Happy. I don't know if I can agree. Flash up into the apartments, though. That's probably going to throw Alu for a little bit of a loop. But Get-Right gets picked up on that site immediately. Now, Freiburg pushing through the halls and Alu coming in from behind, but neither of them there to hold the line to stop Happy from getting onto this bomb site, except that Happy, he's going to run right back into Alu. He has no idea. There's the track. There's the shot. And Alu, final kill for him. Manages to close it out. What a dominant round there. What a start. Like, we were definitely expecting a bit more there out of the Frenchman on this map in particular.